Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Altamont Freddie Butler.
And I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching across the globe. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. It's Sunday, January 12, 2025. Have you got the hang of saying 2025? Well, I certainly hope that you have been. And to everybody watching this video, I encourage you, take the like button, and after doing so, take the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary as well. All right, good. So now that we have that sorted now, folks, we can get into the video. And as you know, their memberships are available on the channel. You can purchase a membership of Reggae Boys Commentary, and you have the information right here. Okay, so there we go. Now, as you know already, Reggae Boys Commentary, it is a platform for accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. And that is exactly what we're going to get to on this platform at this present moment in time. So as you can see by the title of this video, you see it says 3 wins away from World Cup qualification. Now, I want to ask a general question for everybody that is watching. When many persons say what is the proudest or the happiest day of their life, many persons respond the day of the birth of their first child, their first daughter, their first son. Many people say the day that they graduated from university. Many people say that the best day of their life was the day that they got baptized. Many people even go on far and say the best day of their life was the day that they got married. Now, everybody, in terms of their emotions, different aspects can come to the fore differently. And when it comes to World Cup qualification, I've listed on this platform on numerous occasions why this is such a great moment, and I've listed many examples across the globe why qualifying for a World Cup can unite a nation and what it does to our individual emotions as well. We know exactly what happened on November 16, 1997 by qualifying for the 1998 World Cup in France. We know that Jamaica, that was the most crime-free day we've had as an independent nation. The most crime-free day that Jamaica has had as an independent nation. 0 deaths were recorded on that day. Afghanistan, qualifying for the 2015 Cricket World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The first time since the 19th century that no deaths were recorded in one day. Coincidence? I think not. South Africa winning the 1995 Rugby World Cup on home soil, uniting the nation. A coincidence? Absolutely not. So it just goes to show what sports does to people, how it unites everybody together. And that stems in nicely with what we're going to discuss right now. This is a year 2025 where we have numerous national teams that will be taking the field across different age group levels and across the sexes as well, men's and women's. We'll commence World Cup qualifying for women as well in October 2025. And as we know, even in the women as well, there'll be under 17 and under 20 qualifiers in this calendar year as well. And for the men, we're also going to have the under 17 qualifiers as well, and also for the senior men as well for the journey to 2026. And before I touch on the men's side of things, let me add as well that when it comes to the Olympics for LA 2028, CONCACAF will still have 2 spots. The only difference is that the United States will not take part in the qualifiers because they are the host of the Olympic Games. So the United States will not be in the qualifiers. So therefore, CONCACAF will have 2 spots in the qualifiers, but in the final tournament, that's 3 spots. So you're looking at Mexico, Jamaica, Canada competing for 2 tickets to LA 2028. All right, so that is one aspect of things. So before I get into the title of this video, 3 wins away from World Cup qualification, let me delve right into this, shall we? Great to see the flag in the chat as well. Johnny Powell says, up Simon. Xavier Smith, I'm going to come to that in just a few moments. All right. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. I'm so special. Jamaican Englishman says, hail, Saya, good. Big up. Yeah, yep, all is well, all is well. Good to hear from you. All right, good. So the title, 3 wins away from World Cup qualification. The truth is, Chorus for Neef, up, hope you're doing well. So the title, 3 wins away from World Cup qualification. The truth is that is how close we are from qualifying for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup, which will take place in Qatar in November of this calendar year. Jamaica is in a group with St. Lucia, Cayman Islands, her neighbors, you could say, and also against El Salvador. What I'm going to do is put on your screen the schedule. Jamaica's group is going to be in Guatemala. Of course, schedules can change, but we are waiting to get further insight from CONCACAF in relation to this information. But as it stands, the matches that Jamaica will play in the qualifiers are February 10, February 12, and February 15. So those are the dates of the 3 matches, and it will be at the Estadio Nacional Doroteo Guamuch Flores in Guatemala. Jamaica in a group with St. Lucia, the Cayman Islands, and El Salvador. The group winner qualifies for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. CONCACAF have 8 spots. So again, a reminder that it will be Jamaica, St. Lucia, the Cayman Islands, and El Salvador in a group within the qualifiers. Gedledan official says up, move. Dean Live 11 Brown Radio says bless. How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. All right, good. So let's touch on this now, shall we? All right, good. Let's look at the 10th. The 10th of February, as you can see, it's El Salvador will take on the Cayman Islands, right? El Salvador will face the Cayman Islands in the first game, while Jamaica will face St. Lucia. On match day 2, it's going to be St. Lucia against El Salvador, while Jamaica faces the Cayman Islands. And the third and final match day, which will determine World Cup qualification, it's the Cayman Islands against St. Lucia and Jamaica against El Salvador. So, simply put, the most straightforward way you can look at it is that Jamaica, once Jamaica defeats El Salvador, once Jamaica defeats the Cayman Islands, once Jamaica defeats St. Lucia, Jamaica will be heading to the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Jamaica will also be booking their ticket to the Under-17 World Cup for the first time since 2011. This will also be Jamaica's 3rd World Cup appearance at the Under-17 level. And the Under-17 Reggae Boys would then now become Jamaica's first football team to qualify for 3 World Cups. As you know, our senior women have been to 2 World Cups. Our senior women, our under 17 boys have been to 2 World Cups. Our senior men have been to 1 World Cup so far. And of course, our under 20 boys went to the World Cup in Argentina, in 2001. So Jamaica has qualified for 6 World Cups. And by the end of this calendar year, we certainly want to carry that tally to at least 8 and possibly even 9. That would be fantastic. So we want to carry that tally from 6 as it stands to 8 World Cup qualifications and more and more and more and more. That is exactly what we would like and what we're aiming towards. Jamaican View by Robert C. Gray says, "Bless up, Simon. Happy New Year. All the best to you, sir. All the best to you for the new year. Wishing you good health, happiness, and success. And looking forward to seeing more and hearing more from you." Yeah. And to everybody in the chat, you all know as well, you show your love and support to the platform by using that feature to show your love to the platform. And also, in addition to all of that, you can be able to have information in relation to all the other aspects that are coming to the fore as well. Yeah. You know? Well, Nitro, I'm not sure what you are referring to specifically, because if you watch the Torneo del Sol in Mexico, I believe that we had 15 players that play their football outside of Jamaica within that squad. So again, it's very important that on this platform, it's about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity, and nothing changes there. Simon, how did the under-17s do? So Jamaica went to advance to the quarterfinals of the competition, and you had Panama, Jamaica, and Mexico also in the quarterfinals of the competition, and even one of the players of the Jamaican team got the golden boot in this competition as well, in Seymour Reed, who parades his talent at New York City FC's academy. So that is where he plays his football, and he also got the golden boot as well in this competition, scoring a hat-trick in the group stage of the tournament as well. So it was fantastic to see a Jamaican get this award, a nice little feather in his cap, especially leading into the qualifiers that will be coming up quite soon. So it's exciting news. We're glad to see and hear this as well. So very, very pleased to process this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that is what I'm saying. How many spots for CONCACAF? 8 spots. 8 spots for CONCACAF for the under-17 World Cup. Well, Nitro, as I just said before, you have in the squad that went to the Torneo del Sol 15 players. I've answered that question already. And again, on this platform, it's accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. So it's important not to speak pasa, but it's important to speak facts. No, man from Portland, there's not a CONCACAF under-14 championship. There's no CONCACAF under-14 championship, but what you do have is a CONCACAF under-15 boys championship. You do have a CONCACAF under-15 boys championship, and in a moment, what I'll do is perhaps to share with you the information of when that tournament specifically will be, but certainly it will be in the summer. That is for certain. So the CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship, the venue, TBC, but it will run from August 4 to 10. So from August 4 to 10, we'll have the CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. And as we know, the summer is an action-packed summer that lies ahead. When you factor in that there's an international window for women at the end of May, World Cup qualifying in June for the men. You also have the CONCACAF Gold Cup, set to run from June 14 to July 6. The CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship in August. So quite a riveting summer that lies ahead. But even before that, the first quarter of this new year is also an exciting one for us to pay keen and close attention to as well. So that is very good for us to acknowledge. So I'm glad to hear and see that for sure. All of them, Nitro. Every single one of them. On from Portland, I did highlight the women's under 20 championship qualifiers already, but again, I'll reiterate the information so at least that you are aware as well. So for the under 20 girls, they will kickstart qualifying in February 20 to 26, and that is slated for Nicaragua. And similarly for the under 17 girls, they'll kick off January 27 to February 1, and that will also be Nicaragua as well. So a lot of traveling to Nicaragua for our youth teams for the women in this calendar year of 2025. So Nicaragua for the under 17 girls and under 20 girls. But as I said, this is the prelims. So you start at the prelims, and basically what happens after that is that you need to top your group. And from your top your group, you advance to the CONCACAF final round. And in the CONCACAF final round, you have 2 groups, 8 teams in each group. You finish in the top 2, and then you qualify for the World Cup. It's 4 spots for the under 20, for CONCACAF, that is. So, as you know, the tournament has expanded from 16 to 24 teams, which is very exciting. So, more spots in the region across different competitions. And we'll see what the future lies ahead for the senior women as well. As we know, for the 2023 tournament, the World Cup expanded from 24 to 32 teams. We know it's going to be a 32-team World Cup in 2027 in Brazil. But for the 2031 tournament, wherever that tournament is being hosted, we have to wait and to see if that tournament will also be expanded to 48 teams. But you can expect further progression, and for other tournaments, FIFA tournaments that are taking place across the globe, for there to be a slot allocation expansion for the different confederations. So that is something that you're going to see that will increase as we get to see more FIFA tournaments. The only thing that I can't see changing at this point in time is when it comes to the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games, it's in football, it's a 16-team competition for both sides of the gender. And I don't see that expanding for now. The IOC, it's not like FIFA, especially when it comes to situations, when it comes to the strength of the wallet. FIFA is a powerful organization. The IOC, everything is tracked and everything. So when I mean tracked, I'm talking about everything. When you look across the different sporting disciplines, there is a effort for equality. So, for example, netball cannot be in the Olympic Games until you have a men's version of netball. So you have 8 or 9, 10 countries that will say, I'm going to play netball. So if Jamaica Jamaica has a men's netball team. But the point I'm making is if more countries have a men's netball team, then that is something that we can see expanding within the future. So again, we just have to wait and see how all of that comes to fruition. But when you analyze all of these aspects here, you can see that for this calendar year and beyond, it is exciting. It is exciting. So this is very, very good news, exciting news, and we can't wait to basically get the year started. We know that in the press conference to announce the game against the United States and the last press conference of 2024, we heard Coach Steve McLaren, and we also heard the president of the JFF, Mr. Michael Ricketts. Coach McLaren spoke about the desire of having domestic-based camps in the first quarter of 2025. And we also heard the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Michael Ricketts, highlighting that Jamaica is assiduously working to give Coach McLaren those camps, and also potentially arrange maybe a couple of those camps quite soon in this month. So we're just going to have to wait and see until all of those things are confirmed. And then, of course, that information becomes public knowledge. So we're just waiting on that. So it just goes to show what this year looks like. We know domestic camps that is being planned, arranged, worked on. And after that, we know in March, it's the Gold Cup prelims, home and away against St. Vincent. And when CONCACAF unveils that information, we'll get the information when it comes to who will host the first leg, who will host the second leg, what day of the week, all of that information And of course, these games are crucial because it means booking your ticket to the group stages itself of the Gold Cup. And as again and again, the priority has to come down as well with the FIFA ranking, because as we know, FIFA ranking is used for seedings for major tournaments. And we know we have Guatemala and the British Virgin Islands in June. All being well, getting through that, there'll be another draw for the final round of World Cup qualifying. So it's important that we keep our seeding up, we keep our ranking up, as we want to ensure that we do everything in our power to qualify for the World Cup. So again, you look at the title of the video, it says 3 wins away from World Cup qualification. That's for our under 17 boys. For our men, we're 8 games away from the World Cup. 8 matches away from the World Cup. That is how close we are to World Cup qualification for the senior men. 3 wins for the under 17s. For the under 20 girls, yeah, probably 6 games. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this, it's good. I'm glad to hear it, and it's very, very riveting. So that's what we can say there. You know? All right. Gold Cup draws when? The draw for the Gold Cup will be April 10, most likely in Miami, in Florida, and most likely on CONCACAF's YouTube channel as well. So we await information in relation to that. Apart from that, you guys can let me know any other questions you want to discuss, and then we can be able to, you know, proceed from there, you know. Yep, Isaac Hayden has moved to Portsmouth. As we know, it's a loan deal. Yeah, a loan deal until the end of the season. Portsmouth, as you know, is a club that is on the up and up, looking to give opportunities to players. A club that 15 years ago was in the Premier League with the likes of David James, etc., etc. So that's what I'd say. So that's been good from that standpoint, you know. And he's going to get games, Isaac Hayden. So we wish him all the best on the next chapter of his career, you know, as he goes to Portsmouth and get playing time. So this is very, very important. So we can't wait. We can't wait. You know. Dexter Lembekisa. Yeah, he has returned from Verdun Sport in Switzerland, so he's back at Wolverhampton Wanderers. But we'll wait to see if he will be able to go out on loan again, or if he's going to stay at Wolves and fight for playing time there. So we're going to wait and see how all of that comes to fruition. Last year was really sensational for Dex when he went on loan first to Rotherham and then he went to Hearts. Hearts was a wonderful chapter. As you know, he helped Hearts to secure UEFA Europa League qualification, scored some goals as well up in Scotland. And it was a great environment for him where he got to play. So it's great that he's getting so much experience. You're talking about a player already that has over 20 caps for Jamaica, that has won a medal for Jamaica, that has played in 2 tournaments already for Jamaica, that has already played in Scotland, that has played in Switzerland, that has played in the Premier League, that has played in the Championship. We're talking about a footballer who is 21 years old that has already garnered so much experience at such a young age. So that in itself is fantastic, and we look forward to see what decision is made by Dex for the next 6 months or next few years of his life. We'll wait and see, and trust that, you know, the next step will be as positive as every other decision has been. Corey Bennett, yeah, Corey Bennett, with him, we saw a post by the club retaining him, I believe. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Of course, even when you're retained, it doesn't mean that you can't explore your options. So we're just gonna have to wait to see how that situation goes. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna have to wait and see how all of those comes to fruition. And for those of you folks who are just tuning in, please don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. So you can let us know how everything is going. That would be greatly appreciated. So you can let us know how everything is going. Jamaican Englishman says, FA Cup today, boys today. The Jamaicans who have involved in the FA Cup today. Well, you could say this weekend as a whole, we've had Jamaican internationals taking center stage. We had Joel Atibodir and his club getting the better of Lishan Bernard and Jamal Lowe. It was penalties, but yeah, they got through. And it was so compelling today. We saw Stockport County against Crystal Palace, and we had Ricardo Gardner's son, Che Daniel Gardner, on the bench for Stockport County, a bench appearance in the FA Cup. So great to see the 17-year-old on a match card in the FA Cup. So that in itself, all of that, when you put all those pieces of the puzzle together, fantastic. Bobby Reid, 6-2 over QPR. That was a great result. Very, very good result. So very happy to see that, And of course, we look forward to the next round where Bobby Reid will take on Manchester United away from home. And we have some games to come in the Cup. We'll have Preston against Charlton on Tuesday. So we'll have Preston North End against Croy Anderson and Kaheem Dixon. So those matches to come. The fourth round of the FA Cup, that will take place February 8th. Yeah, February 8th is when we'll start the fourth round of the FA Cup. Coventry against Ipswich. So that is, you have Joel Atibodir against a Omari Hutchinson, a Ben Johnson, for an example. You have United against Leicester that I spoke about already. You know what I'm saying? Some interesting games. Brighton-Chelsea, I think, is going to be a game that could go either way. Blackburn Rovers against Wolves. Leon Bailey and Aston Villa against Tottenham Hotspur. That'll be a good game. Birmingham City against Newcastle United. Another compelling fixture to look forward to. So when you put all of those things into fruition, yeah, some exciting games, I must tell you. Very exciting games to look forward to within the FA Cup. So I can't wait for the next one. You know what I'm saying? So it should be good. Should be very, very good. To the best of my knowledge, Machine Man, no. Who told you that he did? I know, Machine Man, I know. A lot of players, especially Championship League One, finding some good form. John Russell, great to see him on the score sheet as well. Very, very encouraging, and you want to see the high-level performances going into the March window, the June window, and beyond. And the September, October, November windows at the back end of the year are also the defining ones as well. The windows are back to back to back, 2 games and 2 games and another 2 games, so key ones. So all of these windows important, very much so, Yeah, so that in itself is good. Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, absolutely. He's a footballer that is good enough to play in England. Absolutely. I think he would actually do quite well with Darren Moore. He's a Darren Moore type of player. And in terms of how Darren Moore likes to play, especially with Port Vale, where he keeps his centre halves so tight, the man that lies just ahead of the centre backs is critically important, because he plays a role in the connection from the centre halves and giving it to the creative players that are ahead of them. So in relation specifically to angling, absolutely, 100%. And when you look at how Darren Moore plays with that 3-5-2 right now, Brandon Cover as a right wing back, and in front of them, of course, you have a Rico Richards, for an example, Sam Hart, Kyle John, Roland Curtis, Ethan Chislett. So they're runners and real dogs that will chomp at the bit at everything. So angling, that knight in shining armor, to create, to pass, receive, do the dirty work at times. Certainly he can do that within England, absolutely. I wholeheartedly believe that he can, absolutely. And that will come. That will come in time, you know? So again, this is the qualifiers. This is the different venues. Matches are going to be taking place in Bermuda, Costa Rica, Mexico, Honduras, Panama, Guatemala. So yeah. Yes, Nitro. Yes, Coach Freddie Butler, Carlton Simmons, Basil Rennans. Absolutely, that was done. And as you know, Nitro, at the end of the day, in order to represent Jamaica, a Jamaican passport is extremely important. That is a priority. And that's why I always say we need all hands on deck together. You have fans, you have staff, you have all the important stakeholders that play such an important role in a process. So PICA, so that is why it is very important that a process can be expedited as soon as possible. That is important. Why we treat our footballers like ambassadors, it is important. Why we treat staff in the same light as well, administration, because this is a very, very important aspect. Very, very important. And you do have a player that plies his trade in the Netherlands. You did have a player that was playing in Spain in a camp. That's Jojo Lombardo, but Jojo is not in this squad. So you do have players that play in Europe that have received opportunity from camps in Florida and also on the island as well. And the list has slowly narrowed down to where it is today. Again, Nitro, everything is formal. And I've highlighted already that all the correct steps have been made. But at the end of the day, if I submit my documents to you, it is now up to you, Nitro, to process them. That is your responsibility. I, Simon Preston, I don't have that ability, that power. It is now up to you to do that process. That is your responsibility. That's why everybody has a step and a role to play in this process. What is the responsibility of the fans? To support the national team, to be at the stadium, home and away. The administration to arrange things behind the scenes to make sure everything goes well. The staff, same thing as well. The players to execute on the field of play. PICA to naturalized football players who are of Jamaican heritage. Everybody has a role to play. And you can see that this is a very specific role for each stakeholder. Corporate Jamaica, providing funding, moral support to all of the national teams. So every stakeholder has a role. Every single role. Every role. And, you know, Jamaica compared to other countries, it's quite compelling how the laws of the land of Jamaica are so different to the laws of the land of Trinidad and Tobago or Barbados. So, for example, in Trinidad and Tobago, only persons whose parents were born in Trinidad and Tobago can be naturalized. But in Jamaica, if your grandparent was born in Jamaica, then you can get a Jamaican passport. But in Trinidad, based on the laws of the land of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, only if your parents were born in Trinidad and Tobago, you can get a Trinidad passport. If your grandparents were born in Trinidad and Tobago, then you're not eligible for a Trinidadian passport. Barbados now is a compelling case because your parents have to be married. If your parents were not married, then you can't get a Bayesian passport. So it's interesting how different countries have different regulations. For example, I'm sure you guys remember a footballer called Michael Chopra. Michael Chopra, Newcastle United, Sunderland, similar background to me, white dad, Indian mom. Of course, he was born in England, and of course his dad, of course, he has Indian heritage. He wanted to play for India, but in order to play for India and to get an Indian passport, he would have to give up his UK passport, because you can't be a dual citizen once you're an Indian. You can't have an Indian passport and another passport, or a Chinese passport and another passport. So that's one of the issues with those two countries, that you'd have to give up that to play for India or China. And granted, 1 out of every 7 persons on the planet has Indian or Chinese heritage, or both. So you think about it, really, there are millions of Indians and millions of Chinese that live outside of India and China. Millions. It's so compelling, you know? But yeah, it's interesting. Nitro, that was called a random fact. That is a random fact. And I already highlighted the point that you made already. At the end of the day, it is up to you, Nitro. It is up to you, Nitro. That is the point that I'm making. Every stakeholder has a role to play. Right? If I go to a fast food restaurant and I pay for the food, I've done my part. It's now up to you to serve me the food. Simple as that. If I go into a fast food restaurant and I've paid for the food, I've done my part. I can't now go around the counter and take up my food. No, you have staff members at that establishment that are there, trained, paid to carry out their service and to serve me the food that I ordered and I paid for. So it is very simple and straightforward like that. And that is how it is. Nitro, I did not say that. Again, you are speaking information that is not factual, and on this platform it is accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. I said 6 minutes ago that if I submit documents, I've done my part. It's now up to the organization that is responsible for naturalizing to do their part. Similarly with fans, when you come to a national stadium, it's not the players that sit in the stands, it is the fans that sit in the stands. Administration, they know there also every stakeholder has a role to play. What is PICA's responsibility? Naturalize footballers. What is the staff responsibility? Prepare the players for games. What is the responsibility of the administration? Organize things behind the scenes. The players execute on a match day. And I just answered the question, Nitro. At the end of the day, you, Nitro, Simon Preston, cannot naturalize a footballer. Only PICA can naturalize football players who are of Jamaican heritage. That is the only organization that can do it. Not Simon Preston, not Nitro, only the government of Jamaica. And like I said, all hands on deck, all stakeholders have to work effectively. And it is as simple and straightforward as that. I think it's a quality under 17 team. We've seen the level and the magnitude of preparation, especially going to New York, going to Florida, also as well when you factor in the scenario of playing in this tournament in Mexico. Many camps in the island, playing against clubs in the Jamaica Premier League, and also where we are 3 weeks away from World Cup qualifiers in Guatemala. It's in good stead. And that's why February 15, we want to make February 15 a date where we can say we're celebrating a national holiday. Wouldn't that be nice, folks? February 15, a national holiday in Jamaica every year, the day we qualified for the Under-17 World Cup. And why this qualification is more special than others is because the Under-17 Reggae Boys would then become Jamaica's first national team to qualify for 3 World Cups. No other national team has done that, so that is why it is extremely important. No, I didn't say that, Nigel. I said it's up to the players on the field to perform. That is what I said. I said it's peaker for naturalizing players. I said players on the field to perform. In the stadium, it's the fans to support. I said it is up to the administration to prepare behind the scenes, and I said staff to prepare the team. That is what I said. You spoke about Jamaican Constitution. Jamaican Constitution is what, Nitro? The government of Jamaica. Good. So there you go. And the fastest way to, you could say, be naturalized is be in Jamaica. That's the fastest way to be naturalized, because you think about it, you come to Jamaica with your documents, you submit them to the citizenship office, and then you wait 15 business days, and then you are a citizen of Jamaica. And then from there, you take that citizenship and you take it to the passport office, and within 24 hours, you can get a Jamaican passport. So when you put that into perspective, it just goes to show what the process is when you're physically on the island of Jamaica. When you apply in the diaspora, it takes a longer time. But it is a proven fact, and even evidence shown online as well, that the fastest way is by doing it in Jamaica and doing it in person. So when you think about our football as a player in Europe, specifically in England, what free time do they have to come to Jamaica? Well, June and July. That's it. Because apart from that, they are back in their club routine. August to May, they are at their clubs. So the best bet is using your summer holidays to come to Jamaica and do everything that is required, because you know that June and July is the only time frame that such individuals would have in terms of being naturalized. If you apply in Birmingham, London, New York, Miami, Ottawa, if you apply outside of Jamaica, of course, your documents, of course, that process is a process where which will be documented. But if you want expedited, then Jamaica, once you physically come to Jamaica, then it's a much faster process. And I don't think there's any secret to anybody that when you physically come to Jamaica, it's a massive, massive impact, which is good, which is excellent news. So again, we go back to the title of this video: 3 wins away from World Cup qualification. Brilliant, Godfrey Drummond, brilliant. Immersing in the culture, getting everything prepared for this calendar year that lies ahead, the potential of domestic camps, the potential of the first quarter of the year, what lies ahead. And then, of course, you factor in the Gold Cup prelims. And, of course, you have to factor in the World Cup qualifiers, and then the Gold Cup, and World Cup qualifiers back end of the year. So we press on. So it's been good. It's been good. Yes, folks. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I encourage you. Which matches, Nitro? In the Eredivisie, in the Bundesliga, in the English Premier League, or the Jamaica Premier League? Again, when you're on this platform, it's accuracy, reliability, credibility, and also being specific, because you said games, and he's been to at least 100 games since the first press conference. At least 100 games, club games, that is. So he's been to loads of them, and I'm sure if you are watching those games and keep a close eye on the stands, then you will exactly see what I'm referring to. Like I said, he's been to 100 games: Premier League, Championship, Eredivisie, Bundesliga, Jamaica Premier League. And I'm sure if you look at pictures online, you'll see evidence of exactly what I've said. Every weekend he's at games. Every single weekend. So I don't know why you think that you have to doubt that. He's the head coach of the Jamaica senior men's national team. So this is a responsibility. This is a duty. So I don't know why you would want to question that, because this is his responsibility. Well, that is you, Nitro, and I'm giving you the facts, because this platform is accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. He's been to matches in Manchester, he's been to matches in the Midlands, he's been to matches in London, he's been to matches in the Bundesliga, he's been to matches in Eredivisie, he's been to matches also in the Jamaica Premier League as well. And he's also been to CONCACAF Caribbean Cup matches, he's also been to Champions League matches, he's also been to Europa League matches, and he's also been to UEFA Europa Conference League matches. Even though the name of the competition has shifted now to be UEFA Conference League and not UEFA Europa Conference League. It's now simple to be called the UEFA Conference League. So that is that. No updates yet, Nitro. As you know, when it comes to the clubs do scans, the clubs do reports, and then from there, once the clubs and the medical team does their scans and reports, then they give that information to the head coach, and then the head coach then will proceed at the next press conference to divulge that information to the Turkish media. So that is what takes place there. Tycoon, you have Leon Bailey playing Champions League football, don't it? There you go. So yeah. Yes, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please do hit the like, share, subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. That would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, looking forward to seeing, hearing more from you guys. Have a fantastic week that lies ahead. And certainly stay tuned for more updates in the coming days about further information that I'm sure that everybody will be keen to hear about as well. So we can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And I know that you guys have been doing well. Doing well. Have I, Simon Preston, spoken to him? No. Has the coach spoken to him? Absolutely. And that is public knowledge as well. But as West Ham United did a report, West Ham United provided information that he's already started physio work, which is fantastic. He's already doing stretches, which is very important. He's already mingling around the physiotherapy and the types of treatment that he needs now. And he's already in a situation where he's getting tutorials, what to do, what to avoid, especially when you're at home and you need certain things. So all of that information would be given to him, which is good, which is very good. Yeah. So I can't wait. So thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Looking forward to hearing more from you guys in due course.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
That's your 2024 First Citizens Jewel of the Caribbean Women's Under 20 Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Team Jamaica! We would also like to say a showcase here from Team Trinidad and Tobago. Red, special thanks to officials for making sure we had a clean game here today, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, make some noise.